I think it probably took me 2 days to play around with it, and I went to my boss and said, it's time to switch. I can build websites much more efficiently now. We should try this. I'm a web developer. I'm full stack, and I build websites. I love building websites.
I first came across Webflow as someone who was building websites from scratch, so just through custom code. Through that process of finding really cool sites, I would find out that these sites with really interesting interactions were built by a tool called Webflow.
I found Webflow from an SEO project that I was working on. One day I was just checking like Austin Design Agency, and one of the other agencies that had been down there with me was at the top. Like the top result. I wanted to see what they did. And I looked in the code, and right there, built in Webflow. So that was the first time I'd heard of it, and I was hooked.
It was a very easy switch going from, here's what I'm manually writing and typing out. It significantly raises the creative ceiling that developers can then operate in, because a lot of other platforms out there, you're fairly templated in to these very basic looking layouts and structures and sites. And then for most people nowadays, you kind of get bored with that, and you kind of come across a bunch of sites that just feel like they look the same.
There wasn't a lot of translation that I needed to do mentally. I understand the box model. I get what's going on with the padding here. I get what's going on with the Flexbox. Everything was right there for me, but in a visual form.
The fact that I can now go in and feel like I have, for the most part, all of the controls at my fingertips is really empowering for me.
Not only is it visual development while you're working in the designer, the fact that you can add custom code to it is so powerful.
Webflow for us has been a really sweet intersection of both creativity and speed, the ability to both create really beautiful designs that are out of the box while also doing that at a really fast pace. It can actually aid the creative process in terms of the designers coming to us and saying, hey, can you actually just mock this up fairly quickly? And then we can actually show the client a prototype in development, which is almost unheard of in any other development context, because it normally does take a very long time.
I can't see a world in which we stop working with Webflow. Webflow is our main dev tool at the moment. Whatever they ask for, we can build.
There was always this fragmented sort of workflow to where we can hand off a site to a client and it could look amazing and pixel perfect. But the moment that they come back and say, we want to edit this thing, it becomes a really big headache, because now you need to go back to the development team.
But giving them the editor, and they're making blog post updates on their own, or even adding static pages once I've given them kind of like a page template. It's pretty cool to feel like they can do it and they won't break the site. It's really different from other tools.